Okay, so this is part two of my Tora review. Um, all right, I love this movie. I know it doesn't. I'm still working on talking, so I'm really gonna try hard to keep going. Because I have to say the Japanese cast for the Japanese scenes, I'm not quite as familiar with as I am to the U.S. actors. I mean, there's still a lot of I still a lot of Japanese cinema that I'm still watching, so I'm not quite as familiar. But the actor who plays Yamamoto, So Yamamura. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. I definitely like him. He's actually probably he's not quite as amazing as like say George C. Scott as Patton, but he's one of those guys where whenever I think about Yamamoto, I think his face, which is not fair to the actual struggle figure, I know, but I've always really enjoyed him in this role. Also, before I forget, James Whitmore. He is awesome as William F. Halsey, Admiral Bull Halsey, Halsey was pretty much the Navy's Patton. A lot of people don't know that. I'm waiting for a movie that's a Patton-esque or biopic, whatever it's called, about him. It would have been cool if they'd gotten this actor to do it. He would, because he's probably, of all the times I've seen Halsey portrayed in film, like probably most notably the Gallon Hours with Jimmy freaking Cagney. Damn it, I can't believe I forgot that. But his personality is more accurately portrayed in this film, though. But no, Gallon Hours is still a good movie. I might review that at some point. But anyway, yeah. There. As far as things I don't like about it, might as well get those out of the way now. I'm I'm a historical buff, so this is flying to me. But there are a few big events like the attack on the U.S. gunboat Panay, during the war in China, which I know happened before this the events of this movie, but I would like just a brief mention of it. Also, Hideki Tojo, obviously the guy would be prime minister of Japan during most of World War II. There's a scene we briefly see him as army minister. Then the next time we see him, like just before the climax, he's become prime minister, and they gloss over the fact of when he becomes prime minister. I don't like that because otherwise, someone who's not familiar with history, that might be hard. It might be hard to tell a little detail, but then we get that final sequence. Oh boy, that final sequence. That attack sequence is probably one of the most amazing, practically done war sequences ever. Like, it's up there at Saving Private Ryan as far as just how amazing. Okay, it's not. The movie is originally rated G. I don't know if it still is. I think it's rated PG now, but there's no blood. But it is a huge, like, the budget they spent, the amount, like, it is just an amazing sequence. Like, they blew up entire airfields full of mock planes that they had to build themselves. They had entire scare replicas of battleships they had to blow up. They had 100 planes in the air. 100 Japanese planes they had to find and restore, or at least mock up, and like 100 actual stunt pilots up there doing it. And in fact, they actually lost like several. I think there's a few stunt pilots while filming the sequences because that, it's just. But that's just if you're not gonna if you just watch the movie for that, then if you really that's all you want to see, because it's a shame that they spent so much money on that sequence that. And because the movie portrayed U.S. so incompetently, which they were, because they just, even the people who knew war was coming still just could not believe the Japanese would ever do something like this. That they'd never be able to actually get that far, a surprise attack, and do anywhere near as much damage. Like, in fact, it's actually only by luck that they didn't do even more damage. It could have been a lot worse if you think about it. Which I won't. Whether they give you don't know too much, I won't go into those details. But yeah, just considering the fact that we had such an advanced warning, and it could have been prevented. and it could have been way worse. So, like, I won't say too much more about that. But this is an amazing movie. This really is one of my favorite movies. I love the hell out of this movie. It's the perfect example of a thriller. Like, he's building up and building up slowly and slowly. Just a slow burn, but like it was obviously ominous. And just in the very end, it just totally, like, literally explodes. Like, that's how you do that, in my opinion. Of course, it's an actual historical event, so. But you know what I mean. It is just, I love the hell out of this movie. Even just on the level of a thriller, it's still very effective. It wasn't historically accurate at all. It's now because of the way it's shot. There aren't really, like I said, the main characters, the Admiral, General, the two code breakers from the U.S. side, Admiral Yamamoto, and then Commander Genda, and also Commander Fuchida, who would basically be one of the pretty much the commanding officer of all the planes that attacked in the air, Japanese planes. Those three on the Japanese side are the big three for those. But even as far as that's concerned, there's the movie constantly jumping around, so you can't really. You can almost say that. Actually, no, I will say that the main character is the attack on Pearl Harbor, the event that the movie is portraying. That's what the main character of this movie is. And that's essentially the way the film is shot. And I like that. I wish there'd been more movies like this. Like there's The Longest Day, which is kind of a lot, probably even as far as that's even bigger, may even be a better example. I personally disagree, and there's The Bridge Too Far, which I think was probably the last movie that was like that was ever shot. Which I'll probably review those movies at some point too. But yeah, this movie, I would say this is definitely the tightest of all those movies I just mentioned. Those other movies are really good, but they might be a little too either long or basically too spread out or too. Yeah, this movie is not of this problem. This movie is very well paced, and because it's all about the historical accuracy. There's no cheap romance thrown in, like Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor. But to be fair, that's still better than any of the Transformers movies. I was like to say that, but anyway, yeah. So if like I said, if you're all interested in World War II history, if you have a report about the attack on Pearl Harbor or what led to the U.S. intervention in World War II, watch this movie. It's definitely a good gateway into that. Or even in World War II, even if you just like war movies, give it a watch. If you like thrillers, give it a watch. It's a little dry on the dramatic department because, like I said, it's about the historical event. It's not about individual characters unless they're notable historical figures. But I think, like I said, it's fast-paced enough that I think you'll still be entertained. Give it a try. If you can't get through, then fast forward to the final sequence. Just watch it for that. Then seriously, it's an amazing sequence. I wish you would still do sequences like that. But yeah, the movie did well in Japan, box office bomb in the U.S., and it wasn't until like recent years that the movie got like the following it deserved. But it's still, a lot of people from the younger generations, including my generation, never even heard of it, and that's sad. This movie needs to be watched. People need to know about this fucking movie. That's why I'm doing this review. So, yep. It's on Blu-ray right now. I got which includes the extended Japanese version, which is only it's not that much longer, only a couple of brief scenes, but it's still a completist, so I like that. And yeah, this movie is amazing. Watch this movie.